My brothers, my sisters, we have made it. The 10th year anniversary of the Duke Loves Rasslin brand, the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. And let me tell you something. I am so happy. I'm so elated because all of you have continued to support what we do here, and it has been a hell of a journey. So, my way of giving back, my way of saying thanks is to once again deliver one of the best interviews you're going to hear anywhere. In fact, our special guest number one is none other than...
This is Bill Goldberg, and you're listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
That is right, brothers and sisters. The man himself, Bill Goldberg, is featured guest number one for our 10th anniversary special. But before we get to any of that, I do want to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsor, Liquid IV. I'm telling you right now, folks, the new hydration multiplier multi-serve. This allows you to mix it your way and customize every serving to match your taste with an easy at-home option. Imagine this, the fresh taste of ripe strawberries topped with decadent notes of whipped cream. Are you kidding me? Is this a hydration drink or is this, like an after dinner drink here? We're talking 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink out there, and it's made for refreshing, on-the-go hydration, especially for this 10th year anniversary special. So what are you waiting for? Visit liquidiv.com or check out your local store. But if you order it online, don't forget to use the promo code Duke Loves Rasslin. We're going to save you 20%. You're going to have a good time. I'm telling you, we're celebrating the 10th anniversary special with Goldberg and a few other wonderful people. Let's not waste any time. Hit it.
You're locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your hosts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Saturday, June 6th, World Golf Village, brothers and sisters, the River City Wrestling Con. It is back and bigger than ever. And of course, the headliner for that day is a man who is a real-life superhero, a real-life action figure. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, an actor, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and most importantly, he is our guest here for the 10th anniversary of Duke Loves Rasslin. Goldberg, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
I am loving life, my brother. And I got to tell you, man, River City Wrestling Con, you were headlining on Saturday, June 6th. Huge deal. You're a Hall of Famer, had such a great career. All the fans are going to be showing up to see you there. How does it feel, man? How does it feel to still be in such high demand, especially for a premier event like the River City Wrestling Con?
Oh hell, man! It's an honor, truthfully, to be able to be that guy and to headline such a cool event such as this. It is a benefit based upon the hard work and dedication, and let's just not forget the fans are the ones who put you in the position that you're in.
You don't do a lot of podcast interviews, obviously, so of course we appreciate you being here on Duke Loves Rasslin, but you don't do a lot of conventions either. So it's really interesting that not only you're going to be at the River City Wrestling Con, but you're the headliner for Saturday. What made you decide to say yes and to make yourself available for that event?
To be honest with you, the reason why I'm doing this event is early in, I think it was October or late in October, I did an event up in New York for, it was the big event. And, since I retired from the wrestling business, I have not sat on the sidelines by any stretch of the imagination. I'm doing stuff every, 3 or 5 minutes. And I realized that after I had done that event in New York, that I am extremely grateful of the position that I'm in, and I'm depriving myself and other people of the one thing I think that separated me, from most of the crowd, was that I love the interaction with the fans, and especially kids and especially our military, right? And so by not doing events like this, I deprive the public, but most importantly myself, of that interaction that I really enjoyed more than any part of the business. And that's why I've signed on to do a couple more of these. Everybody knows that my son plays for University of Colorado. Their football season kicks off on a Thursday, I think the last week of August. And so, from August to December, I'm on the sidelines or in the stands at a football game every single weekend. So it eliminates the possibility of me going out and doing stuff like this. So I'm putting a couple shows back to back, and I'm trying to get out there to as many fans as humanly possible, because I don't take for granted by any stretch of the imagination, the pedestal that some of these people have put me on, and I'm greatly appreciative of it.
It's great to hear you say that, Bill, because doing my research and listening to you do interviews and really open up through the years, man, you've always been a one handshake rule kind of guy. If a kid is going to meet you and you're the only celebrity, you're the only, larger than life person that they ever meet, then you want to make sure that one handshake is something that they never forget. And it's interesting because here we are over 25 years later, and listening to you right now, it's the same philosophy. It's something that clearly you have not departed from and you continue to lean into. Where does that come from, Bill, that dedication to the fans, especially these kids?
Well, I can say this with bravado and with resolve. It's your parents, your siblings, your environment. Unfortunately, these days, people are not born with the one trait that I believe makes them coexist more than any other, and that's logic. And along with that mentality comes treating people the way you want to be treated. And as a kid, I remember a situation to where I asked for an autograph and I was denied. And I never, ever wanted to put a kid in that position the rest of my life. And I swore that once I attained that level, which I was always going to attain because that was my goal in life, in one way, shape, or another, I would never deprive a child of an experience, even if they thought I was somebody that I wasn't. It's like going into a children's hospital and having the child, the patient, look at your face when you walk in the door, and they read the mood of your reaction to their situation. And you have to know what to do in instances like that. And truthfully, all it boils down to is treating people how you want to be treated. And so it's not some special formula, and I'm greatly appreciative that, anybody would notice it. But I just think it's how everyone should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, folks, we are talking to the Hall of Famer himself, Bill Goldberg, and he's going to be the headliner on Saturday, June 6th at the River City Wrestling Con, World Golf Village down there in St. Augustine, Florida. RiverCityWrestlingCon.com. Get your tickets before they sell out. It is a hot one, folks. This is the biggest one they've ever done, so you definitely want to make sure you're there. Bill, you brought him up, so I definitely want to talk about him. Your son, Gage. When I think of this young man, I go back to 2016. It might have been the Survivor Series. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with this. He's standing in the ring with one of the biggest names in the history of pro wrestling. Right. And for him, it's just dad. And he's got his shirt off and he's flexing. And it's such a feel good moment, father and son in front of the world right there. And it's something that I'll never forget because, this kid wasn't alive when you were in WCW and you're doing the streak and all that big stuff, right?
That's why that's the only reason why I came back.
Which is so cool. It's so cool. It makes perfect sense to me. But I got to tell you, man, I think back to that kid flexing in the ring with his dad, and now you fast forward to today, and like you said, he plays at the University of Colorado with your great friend Deion Sanders as the head coach, and Gage is all jacked up. He's a grown man in his own right now, man. So, what an interesting piece of history there to be able to go back and see him when he was just this young kid in the ring with his dad, and now he's literally out there playing D1 football for a major program, and he's like I said, he's a grown man.
Yeah, well, if you revert back to the 216 appearance, he absolutely hates me when I post stuff like that because he was chubby. But man, now, dude, that kid did 225 26 times on the bench press, and that, he's a sophomore in college, and it's just amazing how dedicated this kid is. He is my son. There's no doubt about it. My wife's a stunt woman. The fact is we're extremely physical people, inherently. And so through osmosis, he doesn't have a choice, but to be probably cast into a life of pain in one way or another. So he's very resilient, and he's got a work ethic that is second to none. And I can tell you that I've never met a human being that works harder than this kid and gets out of his comfort zone and, just tries to do everything that he can to be a better football player. And let's just talk about his grades. He got an award yesterday for getting a 4.0 last semester. So he's a wonderful kid, and I'm just lucky to be his father. And, the things that I do are magnified daily anyway, and they are triple magnified when you have a son and you have a child. And I consistently not only have to be a representative for my family every time I walk out the door, every time I do an interview, but I have to be somebody that they, strive to emulate, and I have to be a positive influence and a positive role model. And even if I'm 59 years old, I work out every night, and I'm busy as I can be. And, it's not wide news, but Gage and I are talking to a network right now about doing a television show together. And, it's just, I'm very fortunate to be able to provide surroundings along with my wife that are so favorable to a kid growing up, And so my number one thing right now is I'm dad and I'm a husband, and I still have to be that guy when I walk out the house. So it's a stressful existence being Goldberg, but it is what it is. I take all the responsibility with open arms.
Yeah, that's an understatement. You take it with open arms, and you figured out how to do something productive with it, for sure, which is why we appreciate you, Bill. I do want to speak directly to Gage for a second, because I'm sure he's going to listen. Gage, I'll tell you right now, brother, all you have to do is follow the golden rule. The same way your parents do, same way they've taught you and their parents taught them and what have you. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. And I'll tell you, man, when it comes to sports and entertainment, it is stressful, as your dad is explaining here. So it's important to stay grounded. And as long as you hold on to your morals and you lead with that, you're going to be all right. The fact that you were that little chubby kid who was standing out in the ring in front of the world with your dad celebrating, that was a moment. That was a moment that will live in history forever. So those of us who are fans, we now have an interest and an ownership and a we care about what happens to you in life. So again, all you have to do is just be a good person, and we will continue to support you same way we support your dad and your mom and what have you. That's the way it goes, So definitely stick to your morals, brother, and you'll be okay. And once again, that's for Gage.
He has no choice with that because his mom will beat the dog doo-doo out of him, and then I get what's left. So I appreciate the kind words very much. Being a superhero is one thing, but being a good father and being a good husband, I think, are the most important things in the world. I'm lucky enough to try to be all of them at the same time. So it's a very lofty expectation, but it's one that I take with open arms.
Another thing that you've embraced with open arms is the Goldberg last name, and that's obviously it's your real last name and what have you, but you've done something with that I've never seen ever in history. You have redefined what the name means. You know, respectfully, when you have heard Goldberg before you, Bill, came on the scene, obviously you have actors, but you know the stereotypical Goldberg may be someone that doesn't look like you. To put it nicely, so to speak, right? So it's interesting to go from that preconceived notion to now you Google Goldberg and look what pops up. When you think about Goldberg, you think about strength, you think about overcoming adversity, you think about being larger than life, you think about being one of the biggest, baddest asses around, who literally can chop down giants. It's incredible. It's incredible to be able to pull that off, man. Have you ever really stopped and thought about that, especially from a historic standpoint, how you've changed the perception of an entire name?
Every day. Yeah, that's my mission, right? Success is obviously a driving force, but my mission in life is to be that representative for my faith that is different than the norm stereotype that had been portrayed for years before. And there are different type of people in different races, different, religions, and everybody's represented by, different types of people. But the fact is that there are some people that have the last name Goldberg that, are a little bit different than the stereotype. And I wanted to make sure that, I added a little strength to my past and my future and my son's future. And if I can change the perception in a positive way, one little bit, then my job is done. But my job isn't done. My job is continual, and obviously, if you look at anti-Semitism, I have a very big role in trying to combat those type of feelings and those type of people. I'm not going to get into that at this point, but let's just say that I'm not your prototypical guy, right? And so just understand that I don't only represent myself, but I represent a whole group of people that, are tired of kind of being trampled on. And if it takes somebody like me to put a religion on my back and try to change the perception, then, as I said, that was my goal in the end. My goal was to go in the Deep South where people were chanting my name and didn't care one way or another anything about my past, present, or future, but they were entertained by what I represented or what I presented. And then beyond that, then I had their attention, and then I could hopefully teach them a thing or two. And all you need is to get people's attention. And a 300-pound dude running around in his underwear smashing people seems to get people's attention. And I never wanted to develop a moniker to go by. I wanted to use my last name because that's who I am, and that's who people knew that I was. And I'm not trying to put on I am portraying a character, but I'm also portraying myself. And there's not much difference between the two, truly not, except for the fact that you just have to know when to pull each one of them out. And I will always be that guy in the ring because that's inherently who I am. And I will always be that guy who takes time out of his schedule to do whatever he can for the people who deserve it, a pat on the back or a handshake or a hug or a video or whatever it may be. So that's the value of my existence, and hopefully in that journey, I'm able to change people's perception in one way or another.
One of the things that I always take pride in when people say to me, Duke, you're always on message. And I appreciate that. Sometimes that's a criticism, but I take it as a compliment because, again, that means that I'm leading with my values, and there's no confusion about that. People see that, they understand it, and they, take heed to that. So, Brother Bill Goldberg, you are on message, and you certainly lead with being on message. So that's as good of a compliment as I can give anybody, for sure. Bill, you know that I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts, and we have a very prominent Jewish community here. So, and listen, man, when we talk about culture and understanding each other and what have you, Duke doesn't just love wrestling. Duke loves food. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take a pastrami on rye with regular mustard and some matzo ball soup, but, matzo balls that are really dense. So if that tells you a little bit about my palate, then there you go. And I'll have some matzo and eggs on the side.
Oh, hold on a second here. All those big muscles, and you're eating that many matzo balls there? What's going on here, Bill?
I eat 10 to 15,000 calories, or I used to every day. But, now I try to eat like 6 to 8 times a day. So, yeah, you can throw a myriad of different dishes in there in that type of menu, for sure.
All right, so this is perfect because you know your food, so we can really get into this. I've been having a debate for years. I've been doing this for over 10 years, but this goes back way, way beyond 10 years, bro. I've been having this debate with people, okay? Kugel. You have the dessert kugel, which is my favorite. You get the cinnamon and the raisins and what have you. It's delicious. It's sweet. I love it. So you have the dessert kugel, but then you have the savory kugel. And, some people try to tell me that the savory kugel is better than the dessert kugel. And I'm not having that. Again, Duke loves food. I'm all about the dessert kugel. So you, the Hall of Famer, the actor, the superhero to all of the kids and beyond around the world here, Bill Goldberg, once and for all, let's settle this debate. Are you a dessert kugel or a savory kugel kind of guy?
That's a dessert, man. It's got to be sweet.
See what I mean here? So I'm going to tell you right now, Jim Altman, Sarah Polton. Okay, I'm going to start naming names here. You know what I mean? Dessert kugel is the way to go. There is no question about it. Bill Goldberg, the Hall of Famer himself, the man that will jackhammer anybody. He just let it be known. Forget about the savory kugel. It's all about the dessert kugel. All right, I'm glad that we got that out of the way. And shout out to Brian Cohen, especially his mom, who makes the best dessert kugel I've ever had in my life. Shout out to the whole family there. That's right. Bill Goldberg is down with the dessert kugel. I love it.
Everybody's got their preference, but, I like it sweet.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, I owe you one on this one. This has been a big debate for me. So the fact that you're backing me up on this dessert kugel, this is a big deal, bro. This is a big deal. And folks, you know what else is a big deal? Saturday, June 6th and 7th, but certainly on June 6th, you got to check out the River City Wrestling Con. Goldberg, the Hall of Famer himself, he's going to be headlining. I'm telling you, bring the babies, bring the parents, bring the grandparents, bring everybody. Come out, check out the legend. Here is a guy that can't wait to meet you, get your pictures, get your autographs, the whole 9 yards there. There are going to be other wonderful stars there. There's going to be live wrestling going on. You can't miss it, man. It's fantastic. It's always one of the biggest and brightest, most fun events of the year. And certainly this year is going to be bigger and more fun than ever. That's right. Listen, Bill Goldberg, on behalf of all the fans, I just got to tell you, brother, we appreciate you for all that you've contributed to not only to pro wrestling, but just the fact that you've always been a very classy stand-up guy You know, you don't take any crap off of anybody, but you lead with what's important. The golden rule: treat others the way that you want to be treated, and it's refreshing. I love the fact that even in this conversation, you've left no doubt that you are exactly who I've always known you to be, and that's special, you know. So again, on behalf of everybody, brother, just thank you for being a positive example of what we all should continue to strive to be.
Well, it's an honor to hear that. I appreciate it. I can't say that you're right, but the kind words I'm greatly appreciative of, and you know, I just strive to be better than I was every day, better than the day before. So if everybody takes that into consideration and treats people how they want to be treated, then I think we'll get along a little bit better. So bring your ass down to the con, man. Let's have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. Bring the kids, bring your animals, bring whatever you want. I don't care. It's going to be a great day. So I'll see you guys there.
What a fantastic conversation and a fantastic honor to speak to the legend himself, Bill Goldberg. Great way to celebrate our 10-year anniversary of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. I'll tell you, a lot of great life lessons there, man, and it's really refreshing. It's really refreshing when you get a chance to speak to people who are grounded and just get it. You know, as famous as Bill is, as much as he means to so many different people around the world, when you just listen to the guy talk and you really just pin him down and have a regular conversation, not about dirt, not about, you know, nonsense and who didn't you like and what did you do about this and did this one mess you over? None of that stuff, man. Just talk about family, talk about legacy, talk about, you know, values that he represents. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I know that at the River City Wrestling Con this year, he's going to be a big hit. So definitely, folks, get your tickets, rivercitywrestlingcon.com. It will sell out. So definitely get your tickets before it's too late there. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause, so to speak, and then we'll be back with a lot of great surprises. I got a bunch of different voicemails in the hotline that folks have sent in, so that's always a good time. You never know what you're going to get. Are they going to roast me? Are they going to congratulate me? Is it going to be a little bit of both? Who knows? But it'll be interesting to hear what is in this voicemail box. But right now, let's hear from our friends over at Strictly for the Culture. They are another wonderful sponsor. Absolutely one of my favorite sponsors we've ever had on Duke Loves Rasslin. So check this out.
Strictly for the culture every day. Stepping style in your unique way. Patterns and colors so divine. All about the perfect line. Be yourself, let your spirit fly. In this fashion, you'll touch the sky. Strictly for the culture, brand so fine. Dress to impress and show your shine. Strictly for the culture, every day. Step in style in your unique way.
Visit www.strictlyfortheculture.ca.
Hey Duke, this is Matthew J. representing Strictly for the Culture, and I'm just calling to say congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. Think about how great that is. For a full decade, you've delivered consistent episodes, great stories, and real conversations featuring everybody from legendary Hall of Famers and established names in the business to up-and-coming stars and even the fans. And you've done that all with professionalism and a seriousness that truly shows your love for wrestling. Few people can keep a show going this strong for 10 years without losing a beat. I'm truly proud of what you've built and the space you've created for all your listeners. It's amazing. I look forward to the next 10 years where there will be continued success, integrity, and consistency. Happy anniversary, Duke. Keep building, brother.
Once again, great stuff there by Bill Goldberg. Fantastic conversation. And thank you to Strictly for the Culture, our wonderful sponsor. Great message there from Matt. Really appreciate that. Fantastic stuff there. Okay, like I said, the inbox is full, so we're going to be unloading some of these messages. I have not listened to them ahead of time, so this would be something interesting to hear. What? Okay, we have a call coming into the hotline here, so let's see what's going on here. This is impromptu here, folks. What do we got? Hello.
Yo, how could you have a 10-year anniversary without the 5-star athlete, Ruthie J?
You know something? You are absolutely right. How could we have a party, an anniversary special without the 5-star athlete, Ruthie J? So, welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin. Folks, Ruthie absolutely had one of the most popular episodes in Duke Loves Rasslin history last year. She and Mara Sade. So, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the call here, Ruthie. And let's just jump into it. I noticed on social media, especially your Instagram, you've been traveling all over the country and spending time in all of these warm climates, working on your tan. What's up with that?
I have to. That's where the money is. I go where the money's calling me. First, it was New Jersey, then it was New York, then it was Puerto Rico, then it was New York again.
Well, hold on a second now, Ruthie J. I don't know what kind of game you're trying to play here, but New York is as cold as Boston. So you must travel with a tanning bed or something here. New York is not tropical like Puerto Rico or Florida or where you're at. What's going on here? You know what? Don't even answer that because I feel like I'm going down the wrong path here, and I'm trying not to get beat up. I know you. We don't want any problems here, Ruthie. Let's talk about something even more important than the fact that you've been spending some time in New York, but yet you still got that tan. I want to have muscles like Ruthie J. Okay, I want to look like a 5-star athlete. Especially the biceps there, because you got them popping. It's crazy. Everyone's terrified. They don't know what to do. Ruthie J, she's in incredible shape. So do you have any tips for me? What can I do to get a 5-star physique?
For one, you gotta be consistent. You gotta work out, set a schedule for yourself. And honestly, if you ask GPT, I think I said it right. If you ask it, it will actually help you with the workout plan. I've been using it these past couple of weeks to help me, with my leg workout. And it actually has been doing the job. So if you ask it the right questions, it'll get you where you need to go.
Breaking news, folks. Ruthie J is an AI advocate. She's over here telling people to learn how to work out using ChatGPT. So we got to watch ourselves here. Aren't you afraid that the AI is going to, make an AI Ruthie J so it can one day defeat you and become champion of the world?
I mean, our phones already listen to everything we say. One time I tried to look up one thing, and that's the only thing my phone will show me the entire week until I bought it. So I don't think I'm doing anything different that, isn't already happening. Now,
a little birdie told me that you've been going around telling folks all over that they better not show up at River City Wrestling Con and try to get in the ring with you because they're going to get an ass whooping. What's going on with this, Ruthie? I mean, I never known you to be going around pushing your weight around on people like that. Is this a new, more aggressive Ruthie J? Like, what's up with that?
For one, I don't remember saying those exact words, but if you're in the ring with me, an ass whooping is coming. Because I don't lay down for the 1, 2, 3. So June 6th, June 7th, River City, that's where it's going to be.
The River City Wrestling Con, June 6th and 7th, folks. Of course, get your tickets, rivercitywrestlingcon.com. St. Augustine, Florida, World Golf Village. Ruthie J is going to be there battling both days. And Ruthie, listen, I have it on good authority that Micah Madrid from down in San Antonio, Texas, a.k.a. Sylvia Sanchez over in Wow Women of Wrestling, she wants to claim River City as her convention. So what do you think about this? You have upstarts from Texas trying to claim, your convention down there in Florida, a convention I think you've been to. If you haven't been to every River City, you've been to most of them there. What do you think about this thing with Micah, aka Sylvia?
I think those people shouldn't try to claim it when it's not theirs. It belongs to one person or one person only, and you just named it. Ruthie J.
If we have these folks from Texas coming to Florida, I mean, how do you feel about flipping it on them? Have you been to Texas? And if so, maybe you need to go see about some of these Texas folks like Micah, a.k.a. Sylvia Sanchez.
I've been to Texas a few times. I never thought about invading the state, but if somebody thinks they're going to take over Florida, I don't mind taking over Texas.
Listen, I think it's a great idea because you've already, knocked a few heads over in AEW. I saw that you had an incredible showing in TNA. And certainly Tommy Dreamer and the crew over there, you guys better get your act together because my goodness, right? On television, on A&E, Ruthie J was shining as bright as anyone who ever stepped foot in the TNA ring. He was fantastic. So you're taking over. There's no question about it. The hottest free agent on the market today. Why don't you let everybody know, especially these promoters out there, because I know there's a bidding war. What is the best way that everyone can get in touch with Ruthie J and also keep an eye on what you have going on?
You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Ruthie.J and the number 1. On Twitter at Superior Queen. Queen spelled with a W.
Check out Zencastr. Zencastr. That is my favorite program to use for all my recording needs. And the great part is, not only do they have audio, but they also have video options as well. So whether you're video conferencing, podcasting, just catching up with friends and loved ones, you definitely want to check out Zencastr. They have paid subscriptions. They also have a free version, which I'm actually using right now. Transcripts, the whole 9 yards, and even, get this, Zencastr has started to do hosting. So for all you podcasters out there, if you're looking for a host for your show, please consider Zencastr. You will not regret it. I'm telling you right now. Once again, Zencastr. Made on Zencastr. That's right. All right, folks, let's jump right into this here. I have a mountain of voice notes. Again, I have not listened to them. I don't know what is on this stuff, except for one. Actually, let me take that back. There's 4, and let's break this up a little bit. Let's start off with the Boston bad boy, Iron Mike Pelosi. Check this out.
10 years. 10 years of a contract I never even wanted to begin with. Duke, I got to tell you, you've done this show 10 years now. Duke Loves Rasslin. You're still as uninformed and as ridiculous as you were with the first day you started. Let me tell you something. You wouldn't have 10 years if it wasn't for me. You wouldn't have any foundation. I'm the foundation. I'm the glue that holds us together. And you wouldn't have Bill Goldberg. You wouldn't have Bupkis, pal. I'm going to tell you something else. If I get my hands on you, we're going to have some real podcast problems, buddy. As a matter of fact, I think 10 years is enough for you. It's now The Boston Bad Boy Loves Wrestling. New episodes every week, all right? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, pal. Happy 10th, buddy.
The nerve of this guy, okay, to try to take credit, even though he's the one that absolutely trained me, taught me how to properly interview without stepping on the guest audio, doing the okay, yeah, like you hear some people. Notice how I'm always quiet when the guest talks for the most part. You'll hear a laugh here and there, but that's about it. Clean audio. In order to have clean sound bites, you got to have clean audio. So Iron Mike Pelosi taught me that. And he also taught me to just listen to the guest. don't have a whole bunch of questions and focus on getting to the next question. Listen to the guest, because they may say something that will make you ask a follow-up question and follow up to the follow-up, and that might be more interesting and end up becoming, more interesting to the audience than whatever you wrote down before the interview even happened. So I developed those skills, plus the editing part. Iron Mike Pelosi really, really gave me a solid foundation that continues to pay off 10 years later. So, yeah, he gets credit for that. But other than that, he's still a jerk. Love you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. All right. The next one here is interesting. Heidi Granberry she was an architect that decided, you know what, I'm not going to be an architect anymore. I'm going to be a comedian of all things. And she packed up and moved to New York, and she's been chasing that dream ever since. And she's become one of the more prominent comedians in the world. Like, she's in high demand. Chris Rock likes her, and all the greats and what have you. She's a big deal, man. She left me not one, not two, but three separate pieces of audio here. So check them out. I'm going to play them one by one so you can hear how ridiculous they continue to get as she comes up with more things to add. Check this out.
Hey, Duke, it's Heidi Granberry, the comedian. I heard you're going to have Rube Goldberg on the show for your 10-year anniversary. That's awesome. Congrats, man. Hey, Duke, this is my second take on this message. It's me, Heidi Granberry, the comedian. I heard you're going to have Rube Goldberg on the show for the 10-year anniversary. That's awesome, man. So happy for you. Hey, you should also check me out this Sunday at Post Moves Comedy. Follow me on Instagram at Heidi Granberry. Hey, Duke, this is my third take on this message. This time I'm going to make sure to not say congratulations to you. By the way, this is Heidi Granberry, the comedian. You had me on the show one time. Oh, man, I messed that part up. You know what? We're going to keep going with this take. I heard you're going to have Rube Goldberg on the show. Man, that is so cool. You should tell your followers to follow me at Heidi Granberry on Instagram if they want to see me live in a city near them. You can also check me out this Sunday at Post Moves Comedy in Brooklyn.
Once again, that was Heidi Granberry. Just hilarious, amazing. Definitely check her out, folks, because, she's one of the funniest people on the planet, as you can hear. And she's so clever and so sharp, and she's wonderful. She was a guest on the show years ago and continues to be a great friend. Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate you. Let's just keep going. Hear all these different wonderful folks here.
Hey, guys. This is Adrian Gomez, and I'm so excited to be able to give a shout out to the Duke Loves Rasslin community. Duke Loves Rasslin. I'm honored, proud to have been Duke's first interview, and to see the brand come so far is really awesome to see. And the fact that he still wants me to come on. So I'm here wishing everybody from Middle Kingdom Wrestling, from China, a very, very happy 10-year anniversary to Duke Loves Rasslin. Congratulations, Duke, and your team.
Adrian from Middle Kingdom Wrestling, China. Literally the first person I ever interviewed on Duke Loves Rasslin. Thank you, Adrian. Just great guy. Always a great guest. I love all the folks at Middle Kingdom Wrestling, Big Sam and Zombie Dragon. And, there's a young lady out there, Crystal, who hopefully we'll have on the show soon because she's starting to rise out there as well. Duke Loves Rasslin, for all of you out there, has never just been about wrestling in the United States. It's never just been about, propping up WWE or dissing AEW, what have you. I ran the gamut, folks, and we started off covering wrestling in China, of all places. So just keep that in mind. All right, what's next here?
Duke, this is your best friend, David Figueroa, congratulating you on 10 years on the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. I am so honored, so humbled to have been a part of that journey. Thank you so much. You're an amazing, incredible human being, and I wish you nothing but success now and in the future.
Hey Duke, this is Princess Sophia G. Congratulations on your 10-year podcasting anniversary. Also, if you keep up with the Cody nonsense, I am going to give you a bad haircut and dye your beard Cody's blonde. Anyways.
Hey Duke, this is Lavelle Porter, your favorite live coverage analyst from WrestleZone.com. I'm here to say congrats on 10 years of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. That's an incredible milestone, and honestly, it really is a testament to greatness. You know, when I think about someone who's stood the test of time for nearly over a decade, I think about consistency, excellence, someone who always delivers at the highest level, no matter the moment, someone who doesn't rely on any cheap tricks, just pure skill, precision, and an unmatched understanding of their craft. You know, a true technician. You could even say the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Someone who's earned the respect of fans everywhere through their hard work, dedication, and doing things the right way. Which, of course, obviously I'm talking about Bret Hart. But, also, congrats to you, Duke. You're kind of cool. Great podcast, and you're the man. And, congrats on 10 years. Keep it going, man. No, honestly, love you, man. Love the show. I always love coming on. You're the best. To another 10 years. Peace and love.
Duke Loves Rasslin. It is La Princesa, the champion, the one and only Tiffany Nieves of the NWA. Now, we know I'm the longest reigning TV champion. We know I'm the 2-time NWA Women's Tag Champion. We know I'm a future NWA Women's Champion. And I still need the time to congratulate you on convincing people for the years they've been listening that wrestling matters. I just want to congratulate you for 10 years of podcasting. You are the best at everything. Stay beautiful. Get it? Got it? Bueno.
This is WWE Hall of Famer JBL, and you are listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
That's it for now for the voice notes. I appreciate that. We have more that we'll play in future episodes. How about that? Because there's an abundance here. We'll stretch the celebration out. I want to say this, folks, and I won't be too long-winded because, I let everybody else do the talking, so to speak. But I just want to say this. I truly do appreciate all of you, and I thank you for all that you have contributed to making this brand what it is today. And I'll just say, here's to 10 more years and 10 more after that. So as always, please be kind to yourselves and then be kind to others. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Be safe. Enjoy WrestleMania. Let's keep partying. Take it away, Tony Schiavone.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.